Okay, it's very exciting to see some new faces. Welcome. We're going to discuss today, we finished a series about tzitzis. We went to a tzitzis factory, that was a lot of fun. I'm sorry I couldn't make it a more convenient time to suit everybody's, what can we do? If it's 12 o'clock, it works for some people, 5 o'clock for other people. We did our best. Mitzvah Hashem, next week we're going to start a series on shofar. But for this week, I thought we'd take a break from a series and do something maybe a bit lighter. That is jealousy. Jealousy. As soon as we say the word jealousy, people kind of frown. Jealousy is related. We think of it as a bad thing, right? Very bad thing. Very bad thing. It says in Parashas Kedoshim, I see we've got some people nodding already. Yeah, very bad. Yeah. Oh, we already have a Tam Chacham here. Kina Seifrim Tarba Chachma. The jealousy of Seifrim, of people who are learning Tarba Chachma, makes more people wise. If someone opens a yeshiva down the road, so now there's competition, so it makes people better. Is that really revenge? No. Okay, on the border.
Because God's a jealous God.
Why is it jealous? What's jealousy and revenge? Are they?
Jealous.
Right. I can say from. Okay. Did I say jealousy or did I say revenge?
You actually said jealousy.
Did I say jealousy?
You did say jealousy.
That's funny. Yeah. Wow, it's like the Piha Osun.
You said jealousy.
Yeah. When I started off, I said we're talking about revenge. Did I say we're talking about revenge or I said jealousy?
You started with the word jealousy.
That is very, very funny. Excuse me, scrap. We are talking about today revenge. Revenge. I feel like Piha Osun, the horse opened his mouth and he just spoke. That is really funny. I said jealousy.
It's the same word.
Multiple times.
That is very awkward. Okay. Scrap. Okay, we have some new faces here today. Welcome. Thank you. It's so nice to see everybody here. Wow, today's share is going to be about revenge. Okay? We are going to be talking about revenge. Pardon me. It's very funny. Okay. Revenge. When people think about revenge, it kind of, as we said, it brings up feelings and thoughts of, that can't be a good thing, revenge. And if we look in the Torah says in Parashas Kedoshim, Loi Sikoim, do not take revenge. It's kind of common sense as well. Revenge, it can't lead to such a good society if everyone's taking revenge on each other. You can't really live in harmony. The Chinuch discusses what's so bad about revenge. Why shouldn't we take revenge? Let's take Reuven and Shimon. Reuven's walking down the road. He sees Shimon. He says, "Hey, Shimon, how are you?" He says, "I'm great." And he goes over to him and promptly punches him in the face and runs off. So Shimon, he's embarrassed. His nose is crooked. He has to go to hospital. It takes him a while. Why shouldn't he take revenge? Why shouldn't he take revenge? What's wrong with taking revenge? The guy's going to bully me next week as well. So, again, if it's self-defense, that's a whole different story. He's not going to do it again. We're not talking about that. Why shouldn't you take revenge? The Chinuch discusses that if somebody gets hurt, whether it means in his money a guy swindles somebody else, gives him his money for a business deal, happens all too often, and you didn't give me that amount, or whatever it is, whether it's in his money, whether it's punching in the nose, it's all from Hashem. It's not from Reuven. It's not from the guy who punched you in the face at all. It's from Hashem. Not only that, sorry?
There's an element of justice, perceived justice involved.
What do you mean by that?
It's justice and punishment.
Right, but the question is, do you have to be the person to punish him? Meaning, to take him to court and say the guy knocked me in the face, that's a different thing. Justice, he's the dangerous person, he needs to be put behind bars, whatever that entails. But there's another element which is revenge. How can he do it to me? That anger, who does he think he is, punching me in the face? So if he's at large, he's a dangerous guy at large. Yeah, that's a different thing. It's not revenge. It's just making sure people are safe. But there's another point, which is revenge. Somebody says something in public. Somebody says something in private. A guy calls you, I don't know what. Because you're out. Is that so much justice? Well, it's not so much of a discussion of justice. It's more, you're hurt. So you want to get him back. Getting him back. This idea of getting him back, that's called revenge. What? Why would you get him back? Okay. What's the purpose of getting him back? So, have you ever been involved in road rage? At least when you were younger. In Israel, road rage is you have to be careful on the sidewalk. People get angry very quickly. And what is it? If you think about it, I mean, I myself, I flew to London not half a year ago or something, and I rented a car. I was coming out, and they drive on the other side of the road, right? On the left side over there, I think it is. Here we drive on the right. So I was coming out, I looked the wrong way, don't ask me, and I pulled out, I cut off this guy really badly. He rolled down his window. I never knew such curse words existed. Oh my gosh, I was scared, I don't know what he's going to do to me. Now what happened? What happened? I cut you off, okay. Like what happened? What did he get from doing those curse words? I don't know. What do people get from revenge? You tell me. It seems, wherever they get, it happens all too often.
It's the chemicals.
So chemicals?
They're getting drunk. They enjoy getting drunk. They're firing off chemicals that they like.
There's also called roid rage.
What's that?
Roid rage.
What's that?
Spraying chemicals.
What?
Roid rage.
Steroid rage.
No, that's roid rage.
I don't know. To me, revenge is if somebody really hurts you, whether it's money-wise, whether it's so a person wants to get them back. You don't get that. How does it help? It's a midah. It's something that a person wants to do. It's just a natural reaction. It's a natural reaction, is it not? Have you never suffered from a want to get someone back? Wow, I need to get to know you better. Does anyone find revenge like as schwer as that?
It's a sense of justice involved. If someone did something, I think they should be punished for it.
Sense of justice. What's your name? I haven't met you yet. Chanoch is saying revenge is a sense of justice. Does everybody agree to that, or there is an aspect? Okay. Now, I got a question for you. If it's just a sense of justice, or if that's the main driving factor, if somebody would do something to someone else in China, and you get to hear about it, what's a good Chinese name? Sin punched one in the face, okay? And you get to hear about it. Would you, if you could, would you prosecute one? Or would you be like, it's in China, what's it got to do with me? You wouldn't. If it's just a sense of justice, it's a sense of justice only when it happens to you, which means there's something in it for you. It's like a certain, how can you do that to me?
Look, the world is taking revenge against the Jews for perceived injustice.
That's true. That's definitely true. But again, it's not. I don't believe revenge is just a sense of justice. I believe there's more to it, which is driven by the ego. It's driven by, how can he do that to me? How can he?
You twisted it, maybe.
Twisted it?
If you twisted, you twisted things.
Let's take our classic case.
Revenge, it's a zero-sum game, totally.
That's true, but it's very natural, very normal. A person would want to take revenge. You don't find taking revenge a normal thing?
No, but anyway,
okay.
don't be so.
I look. What can I say? You've got very good midas.
How does the Torah look at it?
What?
How does the Torah look at it?
The Torah says it's very bad. The question is how to deal with it. Take an extreme case now. Let's take an extreme case. I mentioned the story before in this shit. I'm going to say it again because it's an extreme case. There is a guy who lives in London. He owns an apartment in Yerushalayim. Okay? He owns an apartment in Yerushalayim. He has a relative, I think it's a brother-in-law. If it's not a brother-in-law, it's a cousin, who lives next door his apartment. And his job, remember the story? His job is to look after the apartment.
Okay.
So he takes the rent every month. Right? That's his job. One fine day, he visits Yerushalayim and he wants to see his apartment. And the apartment which he left was a 4-bedroom apartment, or 3-bedroom apartment. Let's say it's a 3-bedroom apartment, as far as I remember. He comes there and he knocks on and he says, I would like to see the apartment. I own the dira. I'm the Baal dira. He walks in and he's looking around and he only finds 2 bedrooms. He's missing a room. This is absurd. So he goes next door to his sweet brother-in-law or cousin, I don't remember what it was. And he knocks on. He says, hi, Shalom Aleichem, I've come to see Madira. Okay. And he says, tell me, I left you with 3 bedrooms. Where's the bedroom gone? And what happened? This sweetie pie of a brother-in-law or cousin had taken it and knocked in. So that was you. You won't be angry. You won't be bubbling over. Like, how can this be? You want to call him a name. You want to, like, how can you do such a thing? Thank you very much. You want to do such a thing?
Has he broken the law by doing that?
It's definitely broken the law. There's no question about it.
So why didn't the police deal with it?
I'm sure you would let the police to do with it, but would he want to talk to him? Would you want to talk to him? He says, I know I took you in, but I was just thinking, do you want to come for Shabbos? Do you want to come eat with me for Shabbos? Would you go eat by your sweetie cousin who's done that to you that Shabbos? Would you feel like, no way? There's a certain, it's anger, it's upsetness.
It's a betrayal.
Yeah, it's a betrayal. And the Torah is talking about that. Don't take revenge. Don't act upon that. If he says, can I invite you for Shabbos? Instead of just saying, I prefer not, you say, get lost. No way. Let's have the meal for Shabbos in my bedroom, in my room. Yeah, what is this? Revenge, I'm sure everyone, if you can't relate to revenge, not jealousy, if you can't relate to revenge, take an extreme case. This guy took a bedroom off your apartment. You're getting less money, never mind anything else. It's absurd.
Yeah.
Says the chinuch, how do you look this cousin who swindled you like crazy? And how can you say, tzaddik, I love you, you're Yid? You don't need to say it. You need to be talking about a big tzaddik. At least not to punch him in the face. Let's talk about Ahmad. Not to punch him in the face. It's Hashem. Every single bit of pain that you get, it's from Hashem, it's not from him. There is no way he can take a bedroom of your apartment unless Hashem lets him. There's no way, there's no such thing as out of control. It doesn't happen. There are no accidents. There are no bullies in the world. It's all from Hashem. I'm saying it as if I believe it. I'm saying it as if I live it, but we need to work on it every day. We need to think about it. If someone hurts us, we have to think, it's the Eibishter. It's not this person who smacked me. It's not this person who insulted me. We have to go over it every single day. When we daven, we talk a lot about Hashem's doing everything. Hashem's soymech neiflim. He supports those who fall. He makes us better.
But on this basis, you're saying there should be no punishment.
No, he was wrong that he did it. He was wrong that he chose to do it. But for you to react in a bad manner because of that, that's a issa in the Torah. That's a bizarre. Okay. That is the basic understanding which is with what which revenge is wrong. How jealousy came in. Okay. There is, sorry?
The problem with jealousy is you're jealous of whoever happens to be. You've got no idea what bad he's got. You've got no idea what
That's right.
You don't know how he is, how much he's got left to live, how long his wife's got left to live. You have no idea. So how can you be jealous until you...
I'm on your team. But it's still hard. Okay. There's another aspect of jealousy, which is revenge. I do not know what's happening. This is, wow. What is it? Canis Kenosi, maybe because it's come from there. Yeah, yeah. There's another part of revenge, which I'd like to discuss. Which is, let's take another road rage story. My father, many years ago, before I was alive, but it's just like a story in our family, which we laugh about here and there. Apparently he once cut off somebody. I don't know if it's by mistake or on purpose, probably by mistake. He's a nice guy, my dad. He cut him off. And the guy starts hooting. He starts pushing on his horn. He's got crazy. He's trying to overtake my father. He follows him all the way home. Okay? Do about 20, 25 minutes. Now, my father's a bigger guy. Okay? And he's no pushover.
He's a big guy.
He's a big guy. And he comes outside my house, parks the car. And the guy's kind of parks behind him, exactly behind him. And the guy gets out of his car. He's a short fella. Comes walking over to the car. My father opens the car door, gets out, it's full height. Guy looks at him, turns around to his car and drives off. Just runs off. He's no match. Now, I want to go into this little fella. Let's call him, he was a good English guy. Let's call him Philip. Philip, okay? Philip followed somebody for 25 minutes. Now, what for? What for? Because he cut you off. That means you're going to be home 5 seconds later, probably 3. That is why you chase somebody 25 minutes out of the way. Now you're going to be 25 minutes the wrong way, 25 minutes back that way. So you're talking about you're not going to be 50 minutes late. And even then, the guy could be double your size, which he was, and he had to go the wrong way.
This is chemicals.
I don't believe it's chemicals.
It's like an alcohol. Some people, this is their alcohol.
I think it's again, it's this drive for
It's existential. He feels he's being diminished.
diminished. This is what I'm more trying to get into. When a person, his ego, when a person, somebody does something wrong, unjust, unfair to him, and it hurts him, it's his ego. How can he do that to me? How can he do that to me? And it will get him mad, it will get him angry that he'll do something which is crazy. He'll go 20 minutes out of the way. 20 minutes, 25 minutes out of the way. The Torah tells us not to do it because the Torah wants us to have good midas. The Torah wants us to have good character traits. The Torah wants us, this is where the big defining line between kindness, between real kindness and manners. Now, those of you who are from America, we have some new faces. Where are you from? America. You? איפה אתה? פה? בדמון. אתה ודאי לא מבין מה שאני מדבר עכשיו. You're not going to understand what I'm talking about now. Manners. Manners doesn't exist in Israel. Right? Manners means, how do you say manners? There's no word. No. There's no word in Hebrew. Nimusim? Nimusim. Huh? דרך אחר זה משהו אחר. נימוסים.
Monomath is polite.
Where are you from?
Montreal.
Montreal. Okay. They're very polite there?
Not sure.
Okay. Now, I'm from England, and I've been many times to Europe. I think Europe kicks England in this way. They have manners there. They have real manners. And I was trying to explain to someone foreign, not from England, that when you walk in the English countryside, it's like a given. You say hi when you're walking past someone. Hi, how are you? You okay? It's a thing you do when you're walking in the woods. It's just in Israel, you're walking past someone. You could say hello if you want, but if you don't say hello, the guy's not going to be offended or anything. I think it's a very, very normal thing to say hello. In the Swiss Alps, when you're walking and you go past someone, you say Gucci. Right? If you don't know what Gucci means, it sounds like he's throwing up on you, right? Gucci. It's like real. It means hello. It's not manners. Now, does that person who just walked past you give a stuff if you fall off the cliff that second? Does he care? Does he care if you fall off the cliff? He actually doesn't. He really, really doesn't.
Where, in Switzerland?
In Switzerland or in England. They're lovely, lovely people. They don't know you from Adams, but everyone says hello. Everyone says hello. Hi, you all right? Yeah, I'm okay. Oh, the weather, yeah, it's lovely. Right? And you carry walking.
I wish good shouts to everybody on the street.
Okay, right. Even going?
Yeah. The part of the party. Especially going. The part of the party.
Okay. Right? No, but that's what we call manners. Manners means it's a way of living with other people. It's a way of interacting. It's a way of people living together in a nice way. There's a famous story with Rabbi Chanan Wasserman. Rabbi Chanan Wasserman was the Rosh Hashiva before the Second World War. in Baranovich. I think it was in Lithuania, Baranovich, as far as I know. And he had... Belarus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah. What's now Belarus?
Oh, what's now Belarus? There was a fellow who came to him, I believe it was one of his students, and he said to him, you should know, in Germany, they are such nice, polite people. Very polite. He said, what do you mean? He said, in Germany, when somebody says something to you, he says, it's such a nice day today, isn't it? Apparently that was the way they spoke. When they say a fact to you, when they say something they think, they'll end off with, isn't it? It's like a certain humility. It's like so fine. He said this to Rabbi Chanan Vassman. He said, it's amazing. It's so beautiful. There's such a gentle, kind. So Rabbi Chanan Vassman said to him, it's a mode of conduct. It's manners. It's not something real. He said they can. It doesn't mean anything about their essence. Yiddishkeit, chesed, to be somebody who does chesed, is talking about their essence. We want a person to become a good person. You do acts of kindness because you should be kind. You should feel that you want to do kindness. Of course, this story carries on. This fellow happened to be a twin.
What?
A twin.
Yes.
Wait.
We all know what happened with twins in the Second World War. There was somebody called Dr. Joseph Mengele in Machsham V'Zichrei. He had a practice in Auschwitz where what he did was, he used to take twins and he did lots of different experiments on twins with no anesthetic and anything like that. He cut people out. Don't ask what they did to twins. And he said he was on Mengele's operating table. And he said he pricked him or did some very, very painful thing without anesthetic. He says, it hurts, doesn't it?
Yeah.
After the war, he said he realized how right his Rebbe was, Rabbi Chanan Vassman. Even when I don't know what he was doing exactly. The things, you can read up about it, better not. What he did, the experiments they did on twins, tortured people, straight torture. So he did one of his experiments without anesthetic. As he did it, screaming in pain, he said, it hurts, doesn't it? That's their beautiful way of talking. Revenge, not to take revenge, improves the way a person feels to other people. His ego, he's putting himself, maybe I'm not so great, he told me off, I'm not going to answer back. It makes a person a better person. Inside his core, makes him good. Makes him bigger, better. It improves a person. And that's what the Torah wants midas tovos. It's funny, it doesn't mention midas in the Torah. There's no mitzvah somewhere that says, you should have good midas. You won't find it in the Torah. The Chidah talks about it a lot. And he basically says it's before the Torah. Derech it's kodma Torah. It's before the Torah. It's something which the Torah almost doesn't need to discuss. You need it for the Torah.
Right.
Okay, this is the introduction. The punchline. The question. This week's Sedra and last week's Sedra is about revenge. Not only that, it's encouraged. Bilam, was asked to come and curse Klal Yisrael. It failed epically. So I see he's the Chacham, he is the Goysha Chacham of the Welt. Balak says, what should we do? The Jewish problem. What should we do? And Bilam says, do you know what? Take your daughters, Benois Moav, and get them to marry into, to let them mingle with your daughters. And eventually they ended up doing znus. They ended up serving their idols. And it brought a Beit in great plague. It killed 24,000. And eventually Pinchas got up there and he stopped the Magefa, he stopped the plague. To quote the Lashonis of the Psukim, Pinchas ben Elazar ben Aaron HaKohen Heishiv es Chamas Yoav b'nei Yisrael. He returned my wrath on b'nei Yisrael. Bekanias Kenosi. When he, Kanias Kenosi, what's the literal translation?
Avenge my vengeance.
Avenged my vengeance. Okay. Says Rashi. Benokmoi es nikmosi. When he took my revenge. And not only that, he got the Nobel Peace Prize. He got the Bracha of Shalom. Unbelievable. You killed two people, one of the most important people from the Jewish people and from the non-Jewish people. You get the Nobel Peace Prize. It's like Trump. He bombs Iran and now he wants a Nobel Peace Prize. But maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing. Hashem is now giving him, you could be a Kohen. You get the Bracha of Shalom. This week's Sedra is Pashas Matos. What happens? And I quote, Vayedaber Hashem el Moshe lema. Hashem spoke to Moshe. Nekoim nikmas b'nei Yisrael me'esa Midyanim. Take revenge, not jealousy, revenge on the b'nei Yisrael me'esa Midyanim, from the Midyanim. What did the Midyanim do? They let their daughters mingle. Okay, Pasuk carries on. V'yidaber Moshe la'am lema hechotz metchem anoshim letzavah. Let's get together an army. V'yiyu al Midian losis nikmas Hashem b'Midian. Let's go and take revenge on Midian. Nikmas Hashem. We say in davening every Wednesday, Eil nekamis Hashem, Keil nekamis Sophia. Hashem is a God that takes revenge. I don't get it. We just spend the last 20 minutes saying revenge is terrible. And here we have, if you take revenge, you get the Nobel Peace Prize, you become a Kohen, you get the Bracha of Shalom. In the Parsha, this week's Parsha, he was a Kanoi, but what was he doing? He's taking revenge. That's what we call it. Not K'meis Nekmasi. Taking Hashem's revenge.
Be very careful. Very careful.
How to do Kinois. Yes? Don't try at home. Don't try Kinois at home. Okay.
Yeah.
This week's Sedra, let's get together an army. Rashi says, Anoshim is tzaddikim. Get together the elite, the greatest tzaddikim. So you're not talking about getting the ruffians, we need to get back Midian, let's hire a mafia. Let's get the Wagner group to go and wage war on Midian. No. They got the greatest tzaddikim, they got the Talmudic Chachamim to go and fight. So it wasn't like a dirty work. Like dirty work, they had, need to get them back, or self-defense. This was a heilige Zach. They were going to do, what is it? What is revenge which is good? What is good revenge? This is the question which we have come here today to understand this week's parasha, to understand last week's parasha. There's also a very interesting Gemara, and I quote, a Gemara in Yoma on Daf Chav Beis Amud Beis, the last line. Amar Rabbi Yochanan Mishum Reb Shimon ben Yotzadok. Kol Talmud Chacham, any Talmud Chacham, he's sitting down, She'enu noikim v'noite kanochash, that doesn't take revenge like a snake, ain't a Talmud Chacham. He's not a Talmud Chacham. Sounds really, really strange. Talmud Chacham doesn't take revenge. We need to discuss and understand this better. Let's first deal with Pinchas.
Connected to what you're saying, in the judicial system, we could say that it's the society taking revenge on the individual for committing a crime, and then they determine a fitting punishment. So if you steal $10,000, it's 3 years in jail, and $12,000 is 5 years in jail.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, but is that revenge? Is this revenge? Revenge? Yeah. Is this revenge? Is this revenge? Or is this justice? This is. I want to focus on revenge. Justice is, if you did this, we need a sense of orderliness in the world to stop it happening again. And usually it's a third party, right? Revenge most times is not a third party, right? If a guy gets punched in the face, he doesn't call up somebody and say, "Can you do me a favor? Can you place a fist on this fellow's nose?" You straight away, it's like an immediate reaction. You punch me in the face, right? That's generally revenge. Justice is a very calm, orderly thing which every single country needs. Those countries that don't have it are fighting.
That's not called revenge. That's called
That's called justice.
That's called making an example.
making example is not revenge against that guy. It's using him as an example for everybody else, for everybody to know. It's a signpost.
It's justice.
Right.
Right,
Okay. Justice. That's right. Fine. Let's understand a little better what good revenge is. Let's see who knows history really well. When did the Germans take over Holland? Anyone know?
1940?
I don't know. I'm not sure if it's 1939 or 1940. I'm assuming it's 1940. When they overtook Holland, Holland has a king and a queen. In those days, they had a king and a queen. I think they still do. As far as I know, they did. They do. And where did they go? They went to London. They were in exile whilst the Nazis took control. So as you can imagine, they take control, they come to the government offices, they come to the palace, wherever it is, and they take down the Danish flag. And they put up a swastika. Imagine you have, what's a good Dutch name? What's a nice Dutch name? Anyone got Dutch relatives here? Ooh, a Dutch name.
Vanderbilt.
What?
Vanderbilt.
Vanderdau? Okay.
Martin.
You have family Vanderdau. Family Vanderdau has a mommy and a daddy, okay? Mommy Vanderdau has a 2-year-old, and they're walking along the town square. And there's a big swastika, and he says, "Oh, mommy, look at that lovely flag." And Mrs. Vanderdau says, "Sweetie pie, really, this is Holland. We have a very proud king and queen. Unfortunately, there's somebody else here. Somebody else has taken control. We don't like them. They're horrible. Hopefully, one day, we're going to get our country back." And he's a little kid, he doesn't understand anything. And they go to school, and of course, they have to learn about the Nazis now. They don't talk about Holland anymore. They've been taken over. So he's a confused child. He's understanding that Hitler is a great man, because that's what all the billboards are saying. He sees lots of marches going along, singing all sorts of lovely German songs. And his mother tries to explain it to him. So she gives up. And little boy Vanderdau, what's a German first name? Hans, maybe? A Holland name. Hans, little kid. He's 4 years old and he knows all the German tunes. He's very excited. And he gets to know the new mayor who's German. Okay. In 1945, liberation comes. King and queen come back. Little Hans is now 6 years old. They're walking in the street. And he says, "Mummy, what flag is that?" So she's like, "This is the Danish flag. This is Holland. It was taken over by the Nazis. But really," "Mommy, stop it. You're kidding." And all of a sudden, the songs in school, the things they talk about in school, everything changes. And he's so confused. He's so confused. All of a sudden, they're praising the king and queen. They're singing a national anthem which he doesn't recognize. Not only that, the lovely person they put in charge, I don't know if they had the prime minister or someone, he sees he's been killed. He's killed. I have a question. Taking down that flag, is that revenge? Or is this just how it's meant to be? It was wrong until now to have a swastika. Taking down that flag and putting up a flag of the Holland flag, the Danish flag, that's not revenge. This is what it's meant to be like.
Correction.
Shalom Aleichem.
Correction.
Welcome to Holland. Correcting it, as you would like to say. This is not revenge. This is not tit for tat. Somebody punches someone in the face and he gets a punch right back. That's tit for tat. You hurt me, I hurt you back. This is not revenge. If they're going to kill Hitler, you were wrong. It's not even justice. It's like, get out of my country. They drive the Nazis out. Get out of my country. That's not revenge. It's just like, this is Holland. This is making it correct. Hashem gave us a Torah. In the Torah, it says, keep the mitzvahs. Be dovek in Hashem. Be connected to Hashem. Learn Torah. Be kind to one another. Daven. Have a connection to Hashem. Tzaddikim, who do this the best. And they see a gracious Rasha. Well, take the Spitz Rasha. He doesn't keep anything. And he has a lovely life. The $1 million question, Tzaddik. The Ra'alei Rasha v'Tovloi. He sees a Rasha living it up and the Tzaddik is having a hard time. it's a great pain. We learn in the Torah the whole time that if you keep the Torah, if you daven well, you get everything. But meanwhile, this Yidela, this tzaddik is living and he doesn't have everything he'd like to have. And the Rasha next door, happens all too often, the Rasha next door, he has everything and it's very painful. Right? So Moshe Rabbeinu asked this question in Parashat Shemos. Lots of times in Rasha, we see some Rishonim which are very successful. Oh yeah, lots of times. You can tell when someone's a Rasha. There are some documented Rishonim. If there are questions, and nowadays we say some people are a Tinnik Shenishba. They didn't know, they don't know better. There's lots of talk about that. But there are some documented Rishonim where there's nothing to talk about. For sure. And lots of times they have a lovely life. They have a nice life. And it's very painful for tzaddikim. It's very painful for us. When Mashiach comes, there's going to be, one of the first things there's going to be is that Hashem is going to deal with the Rishonim. And apparently it's going to be a gross zach. It's going to be a revenge, which we call revenge. What we need to clarify here, it's not tit for tat. It's not, you're naughty, so Hashem's getting your back now. It's how it's meant to be. Hashem said, keep my mitzvahs. Hashem says, don't do Aveirus. Hashem's not getting them back. By them crumbling awake, by them getting their punishment, it's not something that it's coming from like a wild place. Hashem created the world in a certain way that's the way it has kiyum. That's the way it works. We live in a way where we don't see that when you have a mitzvah, all of a sudden when you play a game in Candy Crush, I don't know what you're playing, yeah, and you do something right, you get points straight away. Hey, a little jingle, you get points. The world is not made like that. When a person does a mitzvah, you don't hear everyone like a million people clapping. Hey, well done for that shaking lulav. You don't hear that. If it would be like that, we won't get any schar. We live in a world where the Torah is not the obvious. But la'asad life, when Mashiach comes, it will be the obvious. So those Rishonim who are going to suffer then, it's not a revenge. It's just the way the world was set up. When you do good, you get good. When you do bad, you get bad. When they're going to take revenge to Midian, and they're going to get tzaddikim to do it, it's because Hashem says, don't do znus, don't serve avodah zarah. When Hashem takes revenge, He's showing us, it's a kiddush Hashem, that this is the way the world works. This is the way the world works. People don't find it shver. People don't have questions that, what's his name, that stupid Hezbollah guy? No. Nasrallah got killed. No one said, poor guy Nasrallah. No one has that shver. He's a nice guy, I'm sure he had a sense of humor, maybe, right? No one, because we understand he deserves it. Like, he is bad people shouldn't be here. Mitzvah Shem la'asid lavi, we're going to understand that Torah is good. Hashem created a world, a ruchnistic world, a world of spirituality, and it's a metzias. It's a, what's a good translation of metzias? It's reality. When we come to recognize the reality, tzaddikim recognize this reality, it's not revenge. It's just, that's how it's meant to be. Take down the swastika and put up the Danish flag. That's not revenge. That's just how it's meant to be. Welcome. Shalom Aleichem to Holland. Shalom Aleichem to the spiritual reality. You do a mitzvah, you're a good guy. You do an Aveirah, you're a bad guy. Of course, people who are trying, I'm not a tzaddik. I'm going to talk for myself. I'm not a tzaddik, right? But we're trying. We're heading in the right direction. There's a lot of talk about that. What's going to be with me? I'm a little cute guy. I try to do some mitzvahs. I do Aveirahs as well. Hashem Yerachim. I try to do tshuva. But if a person is going in the right direction, Hashem understands is the wrong word. Hashem sees where a person is directed. Hashem knows where a person is directed. Right? Tzaddikim have the most pain when they can see someone be Mechal Shabbos and they seem to have a good life because they know so much clearer than we do that ruchnius, spirituality, is a metzias, it's a reality. La'asad lavi, the tzaddikim are going to be the major ones. When it comes to getting back Midian, getting them back, it's not getting them back. They can cause a magef, they can cause a plague of 24,000 Yidden to get destroyed. How can that be? How can that be? So the revenge is taken by the tzaddikim. main idea to remember is the bad nakama, the bad revenge is tit for tat.
Yeah.
You hurt my ego. I need to correct that. No. Leisikoim. Don't take revenge. Don't take revenge. Work on yourself. It's okay. It's not easy. Definitely not easy. However, when it comes to doing something for Hashem, it's not about revenge. It's not about revenge. It's not tit for tat. It's the reality. It's the reality. We're not, oh, you made this person do a it's something for Hashem. What does that mean for Hashem? That's the reality. Hashem created ruchnius, spirituality. If a person does something bad, a person does an aveira, a person does a mitzvah, he gets something good. A person does something bad. The Rashayim will get what they deserve, not in a term of revenge. It's just that is the metzias. A little bit of a deep point. I hope I made myself clear. Okay, thank you very much.
יש שם שיר חדש